Listen to the sounds coming from the nesting box. It is a sound that immediately makes your heart sink. It is not the soft, gentle chirping of content babies, but the high-pitched, frantic, and continuous cries of newborn kittens who are desperately hungry. In the center of the warm blankets lies Oreo, a beautiful and incredibly devoted mother cat. She is curled into a tight crescent shape, wrapping her entire body around her tiny, fragile litter. She licks them frantically, moving her tongue over their heads and backs in a desperate attempt to soothe them. She is doing everything right. She is offering her warmth, her protection, and her absolute devotion. But the kittens are not settling down. They push against her belly, their tiny paws kneading in desperation, searching for the one thing they need to survive. Oreo looks up from the nest, her eyes wide, heavy with fatigue and filled with a quiet distress. She has given them everything she has, but right now love is not enough. Oreo's body has run completely dry. She is out of milk and her kittens are starving. This is one of the most terrifying and heartbreaking moments you can face in cat rescue. You watch a beautiful, protective mother like Oreo giving everything she possesses to her litter, only to see her own body fail to keep up with their demands. A mother cat's milk is the only lifeline her kittens have in those fragile first weeks of life. It provides not just calories, but essential antibodies and hydration. When that lifeline dries up, the clock starts ticking very fast. The kittens become restless and agitated. They cry continuously, their tiny voices eventually turning hoarse from the effort. Because they cannot sleep, Oreo cannot rest. You can see the profound stress radiating through her posture. She paces around the nesting box, sitting down to offer her belly, then standing up again in frustration when the kittens nip and pull painfully at her dry nursing areas. It is an agonizing scene to witness. However, it is also a critical moment where your intervention will make the true difference between a tragedy and a beautiful rescue story. Moving from a struggling mother to a successful nursing family is entirely possible, but it requires calm, immediate, and highly specific action. When you notice that a mother, cat like Oreo, is not producing milk, the very first and most important step you must take is to consult a veterinarian immediately. This is where many well-meaning people make a deeply dangerous mistake. It is completely natural to panic when you hear babies crying. It is a deeply human instinct to rush into the kitchen, open the refrigerator, and look for anything white and liquid to give to the screaming kittens. But guessing in this situation can be fatal. A lack of milk is not just a simple inconvenience. It is a medical symptom, and only a professional can safely diagnose the underlying cause. You must pick up the phone or carefully place Oreo and her babies into a warm, secure carrier and seek expert veterinary advice. The veterinarian needs to examine Oreo to rule out serious hidden conditions. She might be suffering from mastitis, a severe and painful bacterial infection of the mammary glands that makes nursing agonizing and the milk toxic. Her calcium levels might have dropped to a dangerous point, a life-threatening condition called eclampsia that can cause tremors and seizures if left untreated. Or she might simply be severely dehydrated and malnourished from her difficult time surviving on the streets before she was rescued. You must never assume you know the answer just by looking at her. A vet will guide you on whether Oreo needs antibiotics, whether she is physically capable of producing milk again, and what exact steps you need to take. They will also provide the only safe, formulated kitten milk replacer if you need to feed the babies. You must never give a kitten cow's milk from a grocery store. It cannot be digested by their tiny stomachs. It provides zero nutritional value for them, and it will cause severe diarrhea that can quickly end their lives. The veterinarian is your most vital partner in saving this family, and their professional guidance must be the foundation of everything that happens next. Once the veterinarian has ruled out immediate medical emergencies and given you a clear care plan, the next crucial phase of the rescue begins. You must focus entirely on Oreo's nutrition. Making milk requires a massive, almost unbelievable amount of energy. A mother cat's caloric needs can easily triple or even quadruple while she is nursing a litter. If Oreo came from a harsh environment, her body has already been starving for a long time. She has absolutely no physical reserves left to turn into milk for her babies. You have to provide the heavy building blocks. The most effective way to do this is to feed her unlimited quantities of high-quality kitten food. Kitten food is densely packed with the high calories, protein, and fat that a recovering and nursing mother desperately needs. Imagine preparing a bowl of rich, strong-smelling wet kitten food. You cannot simply place it in the corner of the room and expect Oreo to find it. A stressed, exhausted mother will often refuse to leave her crying babies, even to eat. You must bring the food directly to her. Place the shallow dish right inside the nesting box, just inches from her nose. Watch her carefully as she smells it. Sometimes a deeply fatigued mother needs to be coaxed to take that first bite. You might need to offer a small amount of the wet food on the tip of a spoon, holding it gently to her mouth, letting her lick it while she stays curled protectively around her kittens. You can offer her warm, shredded boiled chicken, rich, unseasoned meat broths, and premium canned diets. Every single bite she swallows is pure energy that her body will soon convert into the life-saving milk her kittens are begging for. You are no longer just feeding a hungry stray cat. You are heavily fueling a biological system, and the ingredients you provide must be the absolute best available. But heavy nutrition is only half of the solution. The next vital element, and perhaps the single most common reason a mother cat stops producing milk, is a lack of hydration. Milk is predominantly made of water. If Oreo is even slightly dehydrated, her survival instincts will kick in, and her body will immediately shut down milk production to save her own life. Think about the dry, dusty texture of standard kibble. If dry food is all she is eating, she is simply not getting enough moisture into her system. You must actively and creatively push water into her daily routine. You should place multiple wide, shallow, and clean bowls of fresh water near her nest, so she never has to walk far. But do not rely on her to drink enough from a bowl on her own. A stressed, overwhelmed mother almost always forgets to drink. You can actively help her by mixing warm water into her wet food until it becomes a thick, savory, and highly hydrating soup. You can offer her specialized pet-safe hydration fluids or sodium-free bone broth. Watch as Oreo leans over the bowl and begins to lap up the warm, rich liquid. You can almost see the immediate physical relief in her posture. The warmth of the liquid comforts her empty stomach, and the vital moisture floods directly into her system. As her body finally begins to rehydrate, the physiological locks begin to open. The fluids move rapidly through her bloodstream, reaching the mammary glands, finally giving them the raw, liquid material they need to start producing milk once again. While you are working intensely to rebuild Oreo's physical strength, another critical aspect of this process is monitoring the kittens. You must track their progress to know if your efforts are actually working. You cannot just look at the kittens and guess if they are growing. You must weigh them carefully. A simple, precise digital kitchen scale is the most important tool you will use in this phase. You must weigh each kitten every single day, ideally at the exact same time. A healthy, properly nursing kitten should gain a small, steady amount of weight every day, usually around 10 to 15 grams. If the numbers on the scale are completely flat or worse, if they are dropping, it means Oreo's milk has not come in yet, and they are fading. If the scale tells you they are not getting fed, this is where you must step in with the kitten formula provided by your veterinarian. You will gently prepare the warm milk replacer in a tiny bottle, testing the temperature on your wrist, just like you would for a human baby. You will carefully feed the crying kittens, letting them latch onto the rubber nipple while Oreo watches from the nest. Often you will see a look of immense relief wash over the mother cat when you help her. She knows she is failing them, and when you step in to soothe their hunger, you take a massive burden off her shoulders. You feed the baby so they can finally sleep, and because they sleep, Oreo can finally close her eyes, rest her exhausted body, and allow her system to recover enough to produce milk. As the hours and days pass, you must constantly use your eyes and ears to observe the nursing behavior in the nest. There is a very stark, visible difference between a starving litter and a satisfied litter. Watch the kittens as they attempt to latch onto Oreo. A hungry kitten is frantic, aggressive, and chaotic. They constantly switch positions, crying out, biting, and clawing painfully at her soft belly. They swallow too much air in their panic and become bloated and fussy. But then, if you have provided the right veterinary care, the heavy nutrition, and the constant hydration, the turning point arrives. Slowly, the entire atmosphere of the room begins to change. The frantic, high-pitched crying begins to fade. It is replaced by a completely different sound. You hear the soft, rhythmic clicking of tiny tongues and the gentle, repetitive sound of active swallowing. And underneath it all, you hear the deep, rumbling, heavy purr of the mother cat. You will know you have truly succeeded when you look down into the nesting box and witness the most beautiful and rewarding sight in all of animal rescue. The kittens are no longer frantically searching and clawing. They are completely still, lined up perfectly against Oreo's warm belly in a deep, absolute milk coma. Their little stomachs are perfectly round, tight, and full, feeling like warm little water balloons resting in the blankets. Their tiny paws twitch softly in the air as they dream. Look at Oreo now. The transformation is breathtaking. She rests her chin heavily on the soft edge of the blanket. Her eyes are half closed, slow and soft. She is breathing deeply, calmly, and evenly. The rigid, painful tension is completely gone from her shoulders and her spine. She is no longer pacing. She is no longer anxious. She is finally truly able to be the mother she wanted to be all along. Helping a desperate mother cat navigate the terrifying journey from a dry, empty panic to a heavy, milk-filled peace is a profoundly moving experience. It is a powerful reminder that nature is incredibly resilient, but sometimes it simply requires a compassionate human hand to intervene. By seeking professional veterinary care first, by providing endless rich nutrition, by creatively forcing hydration, and by closely monitoring the delicate balance of the babies, you give the mother the fundamental strength she has been crying out for. You become the quiet, steadfast partner in the background, making absolutely certain that when Oreo looks down at her sleeping, full-bellied kittens, she knows that they are finally safe,